Guys, so today we're gonna do this oil change on this troybilt Bronco that I've been talking about for a while. We're going to change the oil, change the air filter, the oil filter of course, and then we're gonna do the inline fuel filter. I bought this kit on Amazon. Came with a fuel filter, air filter, and the oil filter for right around $16 on Amazon. And then I ordered this from Home Depot, I believe. This Wix filter. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this is gonna fit or not. It should, but I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. But if it does, then there's a part number for it. But we're gonna find out if it's gonna work or not. Also, the oil I'm gonna use today is this Walmart Super Tech full synthetic 5 weight 30. But I'm gonna get set up and then we'll be back. Alright, so pretty much got set up. I'm gonna do change the oil first and drain it. So on my lawnmower, on this Bronco that I've got, I don't have the quick release on the engine that most of them do, so it's gonna be kind of messy. So I'm gonna have to get some paper towels and stuff, and I got me a bottle. I cut the end off of a bottle. I'm gonna try to kind of jimmy up in here to drain it down into the pan. But what I got now, this is the first oil change I've done on it since I've had it now. I had to take this steering rod out the way, so I just had to use a 9/16 and a half inch on the top, and it was a 9/16 on the bottom to take the rod out of this part right here, to take it out of the way, because it was like this. So I mean, it's gonna be kind of tough to get up in there if any. So I'm gonna let it run for about 5 minutes, get the oil good and hot. It hadn't been ran, it's about a week now, and then we'll come back and we'll drain this oil out. Alright, so now we're back. I kind of jumped ahead of myself and went ahead and drained this oil, but we got the oil drained, and of course I don't have the quick connect on the lawnmower like a lot of them do, so got this the engine plug that's just on it. I'm going to order me a quick connect so I don't have to bother with that right there too much. So of course I had to kind of come up with something on draining to keep the oil going all over the frame. So I just cut this bottle out and got me some paper towels, kind of clean up the mess right there. But I'm gonna let it drain out for a little bit, and then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna work on replacing this air filter. So we'll go ahead and work on that right quick while this is draining. So let's come around here and do this air filter. Alright, so right here, all it is these two little clips right here, lock position, unlock position. Yeah. You pop it off. I'll set it right there for right now. And you see this filter right here is dirty, and I just cleaned this filter out last weekend. I blew it out for probably the first or second time I've had it. But that's the factory filter. That's what came with it when we bought it. So we're gonna do away with it, and we're gonna put this nice new filter on it. So this one right here is what came with the kit. Now this one seems like it's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit different. So it's a little bit shorter, but it's wider. It's got the foam piece. Now this one didn't come with the foam piece from the store. Like I said, We bought the lawnmower from Home Depot, so this is what it came with when we bought it. So this is pretty much, I think, self-explanatory. We're just gonna pop this on. You ain't really gotta do nothing to it. It's already ready to go. I did notice that this one's got the wire backing, so I like that a lot better than the factory one. The factory one really ain't got nothing like that on there at all. It ain't even got it on the inside. But that's it can't. But that's pretty good right there. It'll hold it together pretty good. And we're gonna pop this on, and it just pops on like that. It's good to go. So now we're done with that. And of course, you just put the cover back on it, and your air filter is good to go for a while. I can get this back on. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're going to finish letting this oil drain out. We got one part done, the air filter done. We're going to finish letting the oil drain out, get all that old oil out of it, and then we'll be back. Alright, so now we're back. We're going to put this oil plug back in and get all this put back together. So, take this old nasty bottle out the way. Discard of that, somehow throw it away. Don't need it no more. We're going to take this napkin, and we're going to clean our area with this little bit of excess oil. Not very much got over on the end, on the frame, because we was able to catch it kind of quick and put that bottle around that little drain hole where it comes out at. I'm gonna throw a little bit of carburetor cleaner on there and just kind of help clean that area a little bit better. You know how to clean it. Wipe it down some more. Get it nice and dry. And then we're going to just clean our drain plug. And so here's the drain plug. Just kind of pat it dry. There. Get it nice and clean. Don't see nothing on there, no residue. Slide it back, put it back in there. I always do it with your fingers. You know, you kind of hand tighten it with your fingers first, and then you crank down on it a couple times with the wrench. Okay, we got it pretty much nice and tight. Okay, I think there was a 5/8. That's not a 5/8. Which one did I have for this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, that's a 1/2 inch wrench on this little plug that I'm using. Just tighten it down. I wouldn't crank down on it too much. There you go. That's it. Alright, now, so we got the oil drained out of it. Now we're going to come around here and we're going to get started on this oil filter. Alright, so now we're going to do this oil filter. I'm going to throw some gloves on. Got the oil pan right up under it. And we got some napkins right here by it. Kind of try to help keep the area clean. I was going to try to move this fuel line out the way, but I think we can do just fine without having to remove it right this second. We're still going to replace that fuel filter though. We got a new one over here for it. So I'm just going to use the little oil wrench that I got for our vehicles. It'll fit just fine, and then we're going to take it off and let it drain, and then we're going to see how this Wix filter does. So let's see how we're going to do this. The other way. Back up. It actually ain't too tight, knowing it came from the factory, from the store like this. And I know a lot of people on YouTube have said that some of them have been tight where they couldn't get them off. They had to get creative with it. That one ain't too bad though. I probably could have got it off my hand. Alright. I'm gonna try to keep this up on here. Keep the oil from going everywhere. Okay, here we go. Always make sure you got your gasket off. The gasket's still on there. It ain't on the little spot where the oil filter goes, so that's always good. Always check that, or you will have a mess on your hands if you don't. I'm gonna let that drain for a second. Get all that gunk out of there. Which the oil is black, but it's not. I thought it'd be a lot worse looking than that though. I put probably about a little over a year on this. I bought it early. Let's see. We bought it early, I think March or April of 2020, and then we ran it all of 2020. We didn't run it much last year. That's the reason why I didn't worry about doing the oil last year, because we didn't do much last year. We just ran it around the yard a few times. So, gonna let that finish draining, get it cleaned up, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do this. See if how this Wix filter is gonna do. If not, we always got the one that came with the kit. That's basically the same one. Now this one did come with a little plastic wrap around it, see-through wrap. I had took it off, but that one did come with. The Wix didn't. I don't know. It's kind of. I think it's crazy for the money you spend on Wix filters. You think they at least seal them up on the bottom, but they don't. This is the Wix filter. Of course, it don't really matter what you put in. I mean, it comes with Wix. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Wix. I mean, we run Wix XP on both our vehicles. I've been running them forever. Can't go wrong with it. But if the Wix don't work right, which I think it'll be just fine. If it don't, I can always just go to this one right here. No big deal. I don't know the part number on this one. I know it's the same. I know it's the same exact number for this one, and this one is, well, you can see it right there. 4929 332S is the part number for this oil filter. Briggs & Stratton oil filter. Basically the same thing. They just don't say it on there. But we'll get that cleaned up, and I'll pause y'all for a minute. Alright guys, now we're back. We got this Wix filter ready to go. I went ahead and dabbed it down with some oil around the gasket. I always make sure with any vehicle you're doing an oil filter with, I always dampen that gasket with some oil so it don't stick to the engine. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry for having to pause the video so much. I'm filming the video in one hand and working with the other, so I'm having to pause it a lot. But here we go. We're gonna see how this thing does. Now this may or may not work. I think it's gonna work just fine though. Okay. Well, it looks like it's gonna work. Yep, I think so. I ain't gonna winch down on this. I'm gonna just hand tighten it. I think that'll be good right there. It's amazing how excited you get when you can put a Wix filter on your small engine. Alrighty, well that went better than expected because I wasn't sure if it's gonna work or not. But yeah, it looks like that's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna. I think it'd be just fine for the engine. but it did fit the engine. It fit it just fine. And that part number for Wix is 57035 for a 19 horsepower Intech Briggs & Stratton. I don't think it's gonna be too much on the engine, because I know I've always heard that people putting these different filters that are called for it, like for example the Briggs filter right here, but this is the same size filter. It's the same size. I think it's gonna be just fine. I mean, it ain't like it's having to fill up a big old filter that's twice the size. So we'll see how it works out. I'll post I'll post any updates with it, but I think it's gonna work fine. So now we're going to work on doing this inline fuel filter next. Alright, so now we got this new inline fuel filter we're gonna put on. We're gonna take this one off and put this one on there. This is what came with the kit, and that ought to be it on servicing this troybilt. So all you want to do, pair of pliers. I'm going to do this side first. Just move this little clamp out the way, and then we're going to move this one out the way. I'll be careful with it, because you know gas is going to get everywhere, so just kind of be careful where the gas don't go very far. So I just work it out a little bit. Let's see, I may have to move this up some more. There it went. Okay. We're gonna hold that up the best we can. Now, this is gonna get kind of messy right here. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. That seemed like that was tougher than the oil filter and the oil combined. So you see that there's an arrow right there pointing at which way you want it to go. So we're gonna put this one right here. Watch the gas. The gas is gonna go everywhere. Stick this. Oh my goodness. All right, that's done. A little messy. We're gonna clean that up though. Okay, that's good to go. Put that clamp back on. Put that clamp back on. Clean our hands right quick. Get all this stuff off our hands. Alright. Oh yeah, if anybody notices that my fuel if anybody notices that my fuel looks a little like it's mixed or something, it is actually mixed. I got a little bit of mixed fuel in there. I had to put some mixed some 2-cycle mixed gas in it a while back, but it ain't gonna hurt it. It'll be fine. I've done it many times. Just I wouldn't do it. I mean, I wouldn't do it all the time, but it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I've ran mixed gas in my truck several times. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Well, for my stuff it didn't. Don't take me to town on that. But that went together pretty nicely, considering, of course, you know gas is gonna go everywhere when you change one of these things out, unless you got a better way of doing it, which I probably should have came up with something better on that. But that's pretty much it, I think, on this troybilt lawnmower. Also, just for disclaimer, I reckon, I am not sponsored by nobody. Not Wix, not SuperTech, or wherever this Amazon stuff I bought to go on here. but we still got to fill it with oil. So I'm gonna start off with a quart of oil, and then we're gonna go from there on it. So now we got this Supertech Full Synthetic 530. We're gonna start with a quart at first. Just gently pour it in. And we're gonna put a quart in it. I think it costs about a quart and a half. We're gonna do a quart, and maybe not quite a quart and a half. And then we're gonna check it and see what it looks like. Probably have to put a little bit more than a quart and a half, maybe. We'll see how it goes, because you're always going to start it up and fill that oil filter up. Because I didn't fill the oil filter before I put it on, because this engine, the oil filter goes on it sideways, so it'd probably be almost impossible to do it. So I put a quart and a half of oil in this lawnmower. We're going to I'm going to turn it on with a cycle, get through the oil filter, fill it up, and then like I said, the reason why I didn't fill the oil filter up is because the engine, where it goes onto the engine, is sideways, it's not horizontal. So let's set that right there on top of that towel. Let's wipe this off. We're going to turn it on, let it run for about a minute, cycle through, and we'll come back and check it, and if we need to add some, we're going to add it. Alright guys, so we got that oil topped off in this mower. Everything went pretty good for the most part. I always remember to discard your stuff the proper way. I got a bunch of towels and stuff I gotta get up, but if y'all couldn't run into the same issue like I did with this mower, where you have to take this steering rod off, I always remember to put it back together. But I think that's pretty much it. Got the oil changed, got the oil filter changed out. We went with a Wix Filter on this oil change this time, and if it does well, I'll probably go on with it every time. And then I went with an inline fuel filter. Oh yeah, and by the way, while I'm out here talking about the lawnmower, I put this hitch on it a while back. Bought this hitch on Amazon, and it was pretty simple to put together. I use it for my little pull behind wagon. I got a little 5x8 utility wagon. It is right there. I bought from Home Depot. Not Home Depot, it was Lowe's. Bought it from Lowe's about a little over 2 years ago. And this mower pulls it just fine. No issues with it, man. It pulls it like a boss. But yeah, I mean, this mower's been great. I mean, I said in the past videos on it that we paid like right around $1,500 for it, and we had some money off on the Home Depot card. So I think we got $100 off with that. We're using the card more or less. We got $100 off. But so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. We went with the Supertech 530 full synthetic. I don't think it's gonna hurt to use full synthetic, since this mower is basically, it's only a year or so old. I don't think it's gonna hurt at all. Once you start it, stay with it. So I didn't worry about doing the blades this time. I just did the blades maybe not too long ago, maybe 6 months ago, but I ain't moved my yard but maybe 3 times, so I wasn't too concerned with the blades. But that's all for this one. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Comment, like the video for me. I appreciate it. Y'all subscribe, get the word out about the channel. Appreciate everybody's watching. Y'all have a good day.